Hello guys, welcome back to the video from the E-Innovators. Yes, I know I haven't been connected for a very long time. To be very honest, it wasn't my choice. But still, it's better late than never. Alright, so now let's try to understand what exactly is HTML and what role does it play in the structure of a website. The question for today. One has multiple options for a browser. It could be Chrome, it could be Safari, or maybe Firefox. However, all of them do the same job, and that's to interpret your files, such as your HTML files, CSS files, and your JavaScript files, summing up into a website that should be displayed. Let's look at an example. Here we go at an HTML code that says the website title to be E-Innovators and Science and Technology for the body. Let's look at this on the live server and try to process the code into our browser. Voila! Title is on the top with E-Innovators and the body shows up as H1 with Science and Technology. Before going down the hill with HTML, let's be clear with some of the fundamentals. HTML is the foundation or the skeleton of a website. A website is impossible without HTML involved. But one might find a website that is just made by using HTML coding, and it is possible. It might look a bit old-fashioned, but it exists and allows multiple options with text, images, forms, and etc. depending on the coding. Let's look at the definition. HTML stands for HyperText Markup Language, and the term markup is the most significant component. You may have heard of XML, Extensible Markup Language, or GML, Generalized Markup Language. Furthermore, all of these languages have a common ancestor. They are based on the markup that used to be used in the manuscript, when editors would mock up the manuscript and either specify changes to the author or structure and layout to you might have a line indicating the publishers about certain parts printed in underlined or italic. For example name. HTML functions in a similar manner. HTML tags can be used to specify the layout and structure of your website. So if you go to the one compiler in your browser, we can play around with real-life HTML. Remove all of the previously written code and you are ready to reproduce it behind my back. As you can see, one compiler allows you to enter HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, all of which are interpreted and shown on the right of your website. I'm only going to work on HTML area because that's where we are at the moment. Now we'll need some text to work with or anything which we can provide structure to. If you go to Google and type in free ebooks online, you'll find gutenberg.org. We can work with this. The Phantom Trailer or the Prisoner of the Hill Cave. As long as you open it in HTML mode, the text appears to be a little boring. It contains all the bookish text but has no organization. However, if we look at the HTML file, we can see that it has set up the book in a more human readable manner, which can be replicated using HTML. So, if you just copy this part, the Phantom Trailer or the Prisoner of the Hill Cave, and paste it into your one compiler, you'll be okay. So this is the HTML section. As you can see, all of this text is strewn across the screen with no discernible pattern. And then we'll start adding some HTML to make it appear like this. The first thing we notice is that this is the page's largest header. So by adding an H1 element to our HTML, we can make our website heading look like that as well. So the tag begins with angle brackets and finishes with angular brackets, with the type of elements or tags you wish to utilize in the middle. Now you must close the tags as you open. So I use same angle bracket to close the tag, but I have to use a / and then type H1. As a result, only this section is now an H1 or a huge heading. I want to add the name of the author as well with the heading, but a little smaller than the title or the large header. So we'll organize this as an heading as well, but as a subtitle. So let's make it a little bit smaller. We can just wrap this text around an H2 element to accomplish this. I also want to add the author's name, Frederick Dewey, as the heading, but in a smaller font and with less prominence than the larger title. So lastly, we have this term, which one size smaller than this heading, in my opinion. Let's put it inside in H3 for now. I'm hoping you're getting the idea. As the number increases, the heading tags become smaller. If I convert this to an H4 for example, it gets even smaller. H5 even smaller, and so on until I reach H6, which is the smallest font for the heading element. If you keep going to H7, you'll discover that it has no longer functional. It has no effect on the size of the header because the heading element only runs from H1 to H6. So guys, that's it for today, but I'll see you guys shortly for sure. I'm planning to be consistent on this channel and deliver at least 2 videos a week with amazing content for you guys to learn. Leave a like if you did. Nothing can be better motivation, and do subscribe if you are new to the channel to be a part of the family. See you guys shortly, and one more thing I'd like to add, all the links used in this video, you'll find them in the description box below. Thank you.